You need a firm that can support you through retirement. A lot of people offer investment management only or do-it-yourself advice, but you really need the expertise a firm specializing in retirement can provide. You have a lot of living left to do, but you're also getting older by the day. Let me help coach you through 3 things you should be looking for. A deep bench of credentialed advisors who follow an objective process while utilizing interactive technology. Let's define your future. So picking the right firm, where do you even start? It's not the phone book anymore. First, you want to find a deep bench of credentialed advisors. What does that mean? It means that you're probably not hiring a solo advisor. They might do a great job, but they're probably thinking about their own retirement as well if they've got any kind of experience. So you want to look for a firm that, yes, has some senior leadership in it, but also has some new people that will be there when those other people retire. Credentialed advisors. You want to find somebody that has knowledge and expertise and has passed some exams in this area, has real client experience. Look for somebody that's retired not 1 or 2 people, but hundreds of people and knows what the trials and tribulations that will go on for those people look like. So another reason it's probably not a solo firm is you want somebody to be there when you call or when you email. And if you have a solo advisor on their own and they're on their vacation, who's going to take your call? When you call or email, you want an answer relatively quickly. And so a solo firm with just one advisor probably isn't going to be able to deliver that. What if they're on vacation? What if they're in the hospital? So we would subscribe that a deep bench of advisors means that it's not just one person that can answer your questions, that there's a team in place to help support you when needed. Look for a firm that uses an objective, process-driven approach. What that doesn't look like is a transactional sales model, where you arrive to the used car dealership and you feel like you're being attacked from the second you walk onto the lot. You should understand where you're headed, why your advisor and why your firm has you positioned where you are, and how they arrived at that determination. It should be clear to you from the moment you walk in what the next steps will be, what the next meeting will look like, what the deliverable will entail. You should never feel confused or where your advisor is talking in a foreign language to you. You should understand the path that you're on, why you're there, and where you are throughout the process. Many advisors still exist today where, unfortunately, the product has been chosen before you've even walked in the door. You're saving for your kids' college education. A life insurance policy is the best answer. You're saving for retirement. A life insurance policy is the best answer. Using an example, you wouldn't walk into your doctor's office and the prescription's already sitting there on the table filled out. You would expect some sort of diagnosis that would go into that before a prescription is written. What it shouldn't look like is where you feel like the product has already been recommended, the solutions have already been developed before you've given any input at all, that the advisor is just a salesperson and you're going to be next in line for the product of the day that they're selling. And the last thing that you should be looking for is interactive technology. Let's face it, the financial services industry has changed a lot, not just in the last year, but in the last 20 years. It used to be an advisor used a yellow pad and a calculator, and they took down all of your information, they typed it in, and they came back to you and said, I think you need to work till 66. Today's advisors should be using interactive technology where they can actually show you what that looks like. What's the reason that I need to work till 66? Well, it's because you wanted to spend $100,000 a year in retirement. Well, what if I could only spend $90,000 per year in retirement? Great, then you could retire 4 years earlier. You should see some interactive technology that your firm has adopted rather than the old school yellow pad and calculator approach. You should look for a firm that uses interactive technology in a way that's simple and easy to understand. It shouldn't look like a thick binder where you're handed spreadsheets and reams of paper. It should be dynamic, changing. You should be able to call your advisor and say, I think we want to buy a beach house or a mountain cabin, and they should have an answer back to you. You can see how important picking the right firm is. And if you do the 3 things that we've talked about, you'll be well on your way to making the right decision.